Hello to my Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Welcome to Crystal Clarity. We are going to be doing a new moon and Capricorn reading just to kind of see what it is that your intentions are, what it is that you wish to grow over the next couple weeks, as well as touching on what you may have released with the new moon in Sagittarius. So getting started here, I do feel like you're definitely going through some sort of new beginning after something that fell away or something that ended. Definitely in alignment with the new moon here, definitely some sort of new beginning coming in. And I feel like this new beginning is related to you kind of letting go of your past a little bit. That could be a lot of different things. It could be letting go of past beliefs, past ways of thinking, past situations that have really haunted you for some time, or just kind of living a little bit in the past, and in doing so struggling to kind of deal with your current state and your future as well. So I do feel like you are moving towards some sort of new cycle, some sort of new beginning. And I feel like it's going to bring a lot of really good things for you. I do feel like there's celebration in store for you. I'm not sure where that's coming from, but I do feel like there's going to be people around you really celebrating you in some way. And I feel just like a lot of prosperity and abundance coming your way as well. So if there's something that you've really envisioned for yourself, something that you've really wanted, and you're now kind of in a position where you're moving towards that or working towards that, with the new moon in Capricorn, it is a good time to set some long-term goals, really, make some plans, make some to-do lists, really be forward thinking. And I feel like that's what's going to help you, is just really focusing in on the future, holding that vision of whatever it is that you'd like to see happen. And I do think good things will come your way if you just really embrace all of this new energy and don't look back on anything that you might have been trying to move away from the past. So let's see what you have released since the new moon in Sagittarius. So what has Pisces released, please? All right. Yeah, so we have got the Five of Pentacles and the King of Cups, both in the upright. So there is definitely, with this Five of Pentacles, there was some sort of loss that occurred. It could be a lot of different things. It could have been, a loss of a connection. It could have been financial hardships that you were going through, a loss of home, loss of a job, so many different things. But whatever it was here, I do feel like you went through that period of feeling just really, just kind of grieving and just kind of being a little bit worse for wear, kind of going through it a little bit, maybe being a little bit isolated, feeling a little bit alone and in your struggle. But with this King of Cups here, I do feel like you have overcome a lot. And you are doing really well, as far as being very emotionally in balance. Despite this loss that occurred, you're in a very good spot of just being very in tune with your emotions, being very in tune with your intuition, making sure that you're taking care of yourself, making sure that you're taking care of others. And we also have the Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck too. So you might have been really thinking a lot about your priorities, and specifically if this is related to connections, really prioritizing people that, support you, and that, there's that equal give and take of you being supportive towards them being supportive towards you. A lot of just mutual receptivity, going on between the two of you. And if it's not just related towards connections, you're really prioritizing like what is best for you moving forward, like really looking within, being in tune with how you feel about things, and really listening to that when it comes to, is this good for me? Is this really what I want? Is this a, reliable, stable connection in my life? Just also speaking on some of the Capricorn energy we have right now. So yeah, that's some pretty good stuff going on there, at least as far as what you were, working on to release during the new moon, or the full moon in Cancer. Why do I keep saying new moon? I meant the full moon in Cancer. That's what I've been getting at this whole time. Oh my goodness. And that makes sense too, that the King of Cups is here as well. Just because the full moon in Cancer was all about just like really sitting with those raw emotions, like really like letting everything come out. If you're somebody who does struggle to do that, just paying a lot of attention to anything that was left undealt with on the inside, and like letting go of a lot of that emotional baggage so that you could have this brand new beginning here. So it looks like you really did kind of lean into some of that full moon energy from the full moon in Cancer. So let's see where you're at currently. Where is Pisces at currently? Oh goodness. So we've got the Hanged Man here and the Eight of Swords with the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So you did most definitely go through a grieving period with this loss. I do feel like it was a loss of a connection. Somebody in your life who was important to you. But again, like I said, this could have been a loss of a home, a loss of a job, a loss of finances. It could be a lot of different things. And whatever it was, you did definitely go through a grieving period where, it was hard to kind of look past that. With this Hanged Man and this Eight of Swords, I feel like you're still just kind of a little bit stuck in your mind about the situation. Like you may be having a really hard time seeing things clearly for what they are. This Hanged Man here can indicate, a period of reflection where, you've really had some sort of light bulb moment after just kind of like a waiting period. But it feels to me like you're still in it a little bit. Like you're still, like you might be overthinking the situation, kind of overthinking all of the moving parts when it came to the Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles energy. Like you might still just be trying to find a way back to normalcy, or back to this new beginning, like finding a way to really like practically move on, because it does feel like you're still very much like in your head about the situation. And because of that, like there is no movement that's happening at this time. The Hanged Man and the Eight of Swords, this is energy of just kind of like, nothing's moving forward. You're just kind of in one spot, kind of like a stalemate, kind of a waiting period, trying to figure out where to go from here. But I do feel like this Eight of Swords energy, like there is some sort of answer that, and especially with the Hanged Man being here as well, like there is some sort of answer, some sort of higher meaning that you just may not be fully grasping yet. Or even if you've like had that moment, it's like you're overthinking it and you're just like still remaining stuck because you're not allowing yourself to see that there is a way out. There is a way forward. There is some sort of answer that's around you, that if you just kind of like got out of your head a little bit and just started, you know, looking around you, you would see that it is there already. So what is emerging for Pisces, please? What is starting to emerge for Pisces? Okay. So we have got the Two of Pentacles, the King of Wands in the reverse, and the Five of Wands in the reverse. So like I was saying earlier, like you are thinking about your priorities. You are maybe recognizing that, you know, you're putting a lot of stock into a lot of different things, and really it is that you need to just focus on one thing. Focus on what's really going to have you really in your like creative power, and utilizing, you know, all of your ambition and all of that, because I do feel with this Five of Wands in the reverse, like there's something around you, and it's interesting. I'm not sure what it is, but there's definitely like a very competitive, like jealous, ego-driven environment that you're in around you. It could have been part of what, you know, drove this connection apart. And that might be what is starting to emerge for you, is like, you know, you might have not realized how much fighting and how much this arguing or whatever it was between you and this person that you may have lost. You may not have realized how much that had to do with, you know, that like this was all like driven because of ego, or this was all driven because of jealousy or competitiveness. And I feel like, you know, there was some sort of injustice that occurred with the Justice card here in the reverse. Like there was some sort of like lack of balance where, because this King of Wands energy, this could be you, this could be your person. So I feel like somebody was just being maybe a little bit not fair and just only kind of focused in on what they thought to be right, what their desires are, what they really wanted out of the situation. And there wasn't a whole lot of thinking about the other person's point of view or the other person's, you know, desires and their feelings and all of that. So I feel like you're starting to maybe, you know, kind of similar to what I was saying with the King of Cups up here, is like you maybe just valuing yourself a little bit more, or at least valuing your worth and, you know, what you're deserving of, and recognizing that, you know, you're not going to prioritize connections in your life that have all this jealousy and this ego, or at least you're not going to prioritize you know, people in your life that have brought that kind of energy in. You do want to focus in on being really receptive of other people's feelings and being very supportive in your connections, and, you know, being that person that people can go to for advice and a shoulder to lean on and that sort of thing. So I feel like, you know, you're starting to recognize that maybe there really was like there was some sort of lack of fairness going on here, and it's because of ego and jealousy and competitive behavior. And if this King of Wands energy is you, then you're recognizing that your role, you know, that maybe that there was some things that you didn't take responsibility for. If this is your person, you're recognizing like that isn't the type of person that I necessarily want to prioritize in my life. Yeah, like there was some sort of like lack of balance, because I do feel like, this King of Cups, this is the King of Water, and that's what's coming out as your energy. So I am leaning more towards this King of Wands being somebody else's energy. And you're just kind of like, yeah, like that wasn't maybe a real friend, or that wasn't exactly how I want to be treated anyway in a connection. And so moving forward, you're just kind of focused on, who you really do want to prioritize, what kind of connections you really do want in your life. So what are you trying to grow? What is Pisces trying to grow here? What are your intentions? Yeah. So we've got the Five of Swords and the Nine of Swords both in the reverse. So I feel like your intentions are really to heal and move on from this situation. Again, we have the Five of Swords here. We also have the Three of Pentacles in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. So I really feel like this person, like, they really may have acted in a certain way, behaved in a certain way, or made some sort of decisions that really prioritize themselves, their own ambitions, over the connection with you. And I feel like that really, really hurts you. Like, I feel like that's where this Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups were coming from, is like, some sort of decision was made on their part where they were like, you know what, like, I have to be right, or I have to win this argument or whatever it is, no matter what, at whatever cost it takes. And it costed this connection, is what I feel. And they decided, like, I am going to do me over really putting this connection first. And it puts you, with this Nine of Swords, it puts you in a spot where, like, you probably thought about that for so long. Like, it's something that brought you so much grief, so much stress, so much like fear and worries, and just like, it's something that very well could have like put you in a depressive state, like, just something that really for a long time like haunted you, right? That they made this decision. And with the Nine of Swords in the reverse, it's like, you're deciding, like, I want to heal. I want to put this to rest. I want to move away from this. And that's what I was kind of getting from what's emerging within you, is like, moving forward, you're not going to prioritize people like this in your life any longer, is what I feel. We also, like I said, have this Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck here. And with this Five of Swords, again, this indicates somebody who doesn't want to like collaborate with you. They don't want to work together as a team. Also with the Five of Wands, like, this is somebody who they want their recognition and they want to kind of go it alone. Like, they're not really willing to work with you, as far as I can see. And it doesn't really feel like they, really cared to be much of a team member as far as this connection goes. So how can you bring your goals and intentions to fruition? How can you bring those goals and intentions to fruition? Okay. Ooh, lots of cards wanting to come out. Okay, we had the Four of Swords, the Hermit, and the Star. Yeah, so I really feel like what's going to help you is taking some sort of necessary break to recharge your energy, recharge your batteries, really rest, and just focus on self-care, focus on your healing, all of that. And with this Hermit here, it is in the reverse. So it's possible, you might have been putting off a period of introspection that's been needed. You might be kind of still kind of like struggling a little bit, like I said, with this Eight of Swords energy and the Hanged Man. It feels like you're still kind of struggling to find your way a little bit and find the light a little bit, I feel. But I do think it could be helpful for you to even connect with somebody who you really trust, somebody who is very wise and can offer you, a bit of sage advice. It could also just be, again, that in order to get to that point, you do need to take some time to rest. You might have a lot on your plate otherwise going on in your life, and if you just spend some time really focusing on your healing, focusing on just taking a break from everything else, you might find it easier to kind of connect with that inner wisdom. And then we have the Star here, so I feel like it's going to be really important for you to continue to be optimistic moving forward. Continue to, like I said, if there is any sort of goal or vision or dream that it is that you have for yourself that I was kind of feeling in the beginning, definitely hold that vision like I was talking about, and be very don't be afraid to be optimistic. Don't be afraid to feel hopeful and excited, and that there's possibilities out there for you. I do see the Chariot here in the reverse at the bottom of the deck as well. So it's possible that you may be just kind of lacking a little bit of that motivation, that determination to really move things forward. But again, I do feel like it's because you're just very much in your head still about things. And I think through taking this break, you might find, that you rebuild that energy and that strength and that motivation to move forward again. So what are the outside influences available to you to help you manifest? So we've got the Nine of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the Devil in the reverse. The Devil's in the reverse. Yeah, so like I said in the beginning, I do feel like there is some sort of new cycle, a new beginning coming in for you. I do feel like, you're going to be focused very much on your success, your fulfillment, what really truly, fills your cup, besides what your actual duties or responsibilities are. You're going to be focused on, what's going to really bring you that personal fulfillment. And you're going to make some sort of move. I'm seeing the motivation. I'm seeing the spark, kind of lighting up within you again with this Ace of Wands. You are going to be making some sort of movement, taking some sort of action. And, we've got this Devil here in the reverse as well. So, you are aware that you might be kind of holding yourself back right now because of this Eight of Swords energy here. You are aware that there's some things that are still keeping you tethered down, that, with the Devil in the reverse, it is, it's a little less intense, I would say, than the Devil in the upright, where not only are you aware, but it's a little bit easier to get away from the situation, from whatever's holding you back, than it may seem, right? Like what we were talking about with the Eight of Swords. So we also have this Queen of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. This could be your energy, but it could also be somebody else around you. Don't be afraid to reach out for support. Don't be afraid to, whoever it is that you may have in your corner who's really, connected to you, and also just, you know, able to offer you some sort of shoulder to cry on, some sort of wing to fall under, you know. Do feel free to reach out and ask for support if you need it. And if this is your energy, then, you know, what's going to help you is just being yourself. This is the Queen of Water, you know, being that empathetic, warm, loving person that you are, and not letting this situation, you know, kind of dim your light in any way. So what's the advice for Pisces, please? We've got spiritual protection. You're being watched over and protected physically, emotionally, and energetically. So that is pretty good. Always a very good card to get. You're definitely being guided, protected, supported through all of this situation. And that's part of that Queen of Cups energy as well. It's just really paying attention to that, really paying attention to your intuition, any like inner pull, inner guidance that you feel trying to come in, just really making sure that you're listening to that. What else for Pisces, please? So we've got double mission, Lightworker Starseed, serve the world by being you. So that's like exactly what I was saying, right? That like what's going to really help you is just being your true self. Like the situation may have really caused you to have a lot of self-doubt. And especially if this was related to a connection, which I feel like it is, you know, it may have really caused you to question a lot about yourself, whether or not you're deserving, whether or not you're worthy of, you know, a supportive, good, strong connection. But, or just in general, if you're worthy of anything, if you're worthy of your goals, if you're worthy of the things that you desire, things like that. But again, like I do feel like from your past energy with the King of Cups up here, I don't see that you're necessarily allowing this to really alter who it is that you are, or like cause you to close off yourself in any way. You know, definitely I just feel like there might be some like overthinking, and just kind of being like your own worst enemy, like kind of causing yourself to be stuck. But I do feel like, yeah, you are very much still being your loving, warm, empathetic self despite, you know, what may have happened. And that is going to really bode well for you as far as your future and where you're going to go. What else for Pisces, please? All right, so we've got center yourself. Now, this card is all about balance, and I do feel like there is, you know, with this Devil, the Eight of Swords, there's definitely the Nine of Swords. You've been very much in your head, I feel like, for quite a while, and part of centering yourself is, you know, being in tune with the present time where you're currently at, being very grounded, getting very connected maybe to nature again, going for a walk, being by water, something, you know, maybe even like writing down, journaling some of what you've been going through, meditating, all of that. I do feel like, yeah, like there is kind of an imbalance, just, you know, like you've got the intentions, they're there, but you're still just kind of like in this mental battle with yourself. So finding a way to center yourself is going to be very beneficial for you, whatever, you know, in your best practice works for you. We also have ancestral support at the bottom of the deck. And the new moon in Capricorn is, part of that is, you know, being very connected to your roots again and being connected to your ancestors. So you might want to spend some time doing that in whichever way, you know, works for you. And that's part of the spiritual protection too. You may have some sort of ancestral guides around you that are really trying to support you and protect you moving forward. What else for Pisces, please? Like, I feel like you really are like in the light energy, but like this shadow devil energy is still just like right behind you, like ready to pull you under as at the smallest sign of like an insecurity or a doubt. So yeah. Yeah, we've got believe coming out. And that's that energy I was talking about at the beginning. Like, there's definitely something I feel like you might want for yourself, or just like moving forward, you're just like, I really like want to operate from this frame of mind, or from this belief system, or from, you know, this whole new perspective. And it's like, I feel like you just really need to believe in yourself, believe in the possibilities, believe in your future. And that's this star energy too. It actually came out underneath the star. So that optimism, that faith, that, you know, like feeling hope again, right? About your dreams, about your goals. Last card for Pisces, please. Yeah, so we've got a win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. So this can mean a few things, but definitely like a win-win outcome is forecast. This is things going into balance again, things coming back into harmony. I'm not going to say that it necessarily means that, you know, you and this person are going to work things out. That is possible, maybe for some of you, that, you know, you're going to end up collaborating together. You're going to end up working together to try to find an answer, or to try to move things back into balance, try to move things back into harmony. So for some of you, that most definitely could be you and your person really like talking things out, trying to be fair, trying to be balanced, moving forward. But for others of you, more likely most of you, I do feel like this is just going to be you coming back into balance, you recentering yourself, and moving forward from a harmonious and collaborative state of mind, moving forward when it comes to your connections. So that was it. That was the reading. Thank you so much for being here. If you did like this reading, if it resonated for you at all, please subscribe, please like, comment below, let me know. And otherwise, we'll see you for the full moon in a couple weeks. Thanks, guys.